Hey there ladies and gents, it's Haz here, and in today's more casual video I want to share my thoughts on a new Lotro feature that I don't particularly love, or maybe it's more accurate to say I want to really love it, but it might have missed the mark a little bit, and that feature is the Veil of the Nine event on the new Legendary servers. For those who don't know or aren't super active on the Legendary servers, the Veil of the Nine is basically a gimmick event where fairly strong lesser Wraiths have a chance to spawn and attack players now and then when you defeat an enemy in the world. The other part is that occasionally one of the 9 ring Wraiths will spawn in the world that everyone gathers around and tries to defeat for a cool open world event and epic boss fight. That's kinda the gist of it. At its core, I think this is a brilliant idea. I really like the theory for it. It's rather fitting for the lore and the story as well. The ring Wraiths are iconic villains for the players, and it just makes sense to fight them. Not to mention the part with the random rings of power scattered around the world. It's just a really cool old school mechanic that I like, and I've always been a fan of open world event designs and MMOs that bring the community together. Now you might already think I'm going to talk about the lag and some of the design issues around these Nazgul fights, and while I do agree with those issues, that's actually not what I want to talk about, but in fact the secondary mechanic of this event, the lesser Wraiths. I'll just blurt it out, I'm really starting to dislike how frequently these guys appear in the world, and now overall I feel it's to the detriment of the event. When you first start out on the new Legendary servers, I remember it's really atmospheric to meet your very first lesser Wraith hunting you in the world. They are scary, they use the dread mechanic when everything darkens, they feel really powerful, and likely they just destroyed you the first time, and that's the standard and surprisingly fun first encounter for them. Wraiths become a random hazard you just have to live within the world, keeping you on edge as you wait for the next one to pop up. You never know when it's safe or dangerous. This might not be for everyone, but I found it really exciting and love the tension it creates. The issue I'm now facing and the conclusion I've come to is that 1. I think the Wraiths just started to spawn so frequently at this point that they become more of an annoyance you just get used to instead of maintaining the tension that they originally created. And 2. If you're trying to play on landscape difficulty, their balance is so whack compared to everything else that you either play the game on a low difficulty where the landscape is just too easy, or you keep the landscape fun on a higher difficulty, but then the Wraiths just kill you in 3 or 4 hits. Now I know landscape difficulty is optional and it's a personal challenge everyone chooses for themselves. That's not my point. And it's no secret that me and my friend have been enjoying our first experience with Lotro on +6 difficulty, which we found to be somewhat of a perfect balance for fun and challenge. Today though was actually the first time my friend suggested lowering the difficulty to only +4, which was disappointing because the last couple of days have been frustrating, facing a lesser Wraith every 4 or 5 minutes, and I'm not joking. There were even times when a Wraith spawned, killed us, we ran back, that took us a good 2-3 minutes, killed the Wraith, and the next skeleton we defeated spawned another Wraith that destroyed us unprepared, and we ended up running for another 2-3 minutes. And this sadly happens pretty frequently. I even see lots of players with similar experiences in World Chat, and what saddens me the most is that it seems it also affects what classes and characters new players like for the game, which I don't think Wraiths should have an impact on, but they are so overly present in the world that it's just natural for new players to get frustrated about them. Maybe lowering the difficulty back to only +4 is the right choice and was the right choice for us in this case, but I can't help but feel that the lesser Wraiths perhaps shouldn't scale with the difficulty, but instead have one fixed designed power for them to maintain their image and essence of what the event wants you to experience, and also they should of course spawn way less frequently. It's exactly like I described earlier, the event's concept beautifully makes Middle-earth feel darker and more menacing, but it's thrown in our faces so frequently that the novelty wears off fast. It's like having a dungeon master who throws dragons or liches at you around every corner, and instead of being iconic or a special challenge, these encounters start to feel like an annoyance. But there is a reason that despite my growing frustration with lesser Wraiths, I still love the Nazgul battles of Veil of the Nine and can't wait to see how this event will improve over the months, as that still feels special to me, and at least it's something a whole server looks forward to and maintains its epic feels. And I just wish lesser Wraiths would also go through some refinement to regain their uniqueness and sense of dread that they present at the start of your journey. But what do you all think about this? How do you like the Veil of the Nine event, and do you even think I have a point here, or did we just bite off more than we can chew? I'm quite curious in your thoughts and opinions, so make sure to share them below. I just really wanted to get this off my chest. I do want to say I still love my time playing on Mordor, and all in all, I'm still very positive towards the Veil of the Nine. I just really wish it would be a bit more fine-tuned and improved to make lesser Wraiths equally fun to engage with at all times. But well, if you've watched the video until now, thank you so much, I appreciate it. Make sure to comment Nazgul so that I know. Like and subscribe for future Lord of the Rings Online videos, as there's a lot more coming, and I'll see you all in the next one.